Hello again, it's Jang here with Jango Fett, the buildable action figure from the LEGO Star Wars line. This one officially comes with 85 pieces, and this is built in a very simple manner. It just uses the basic character and creature building system design of just having a single torso piece that you can see behind there, and then just adds bone pieces onto that and puts armor pieces on top of that. So it's a very simple and straightforward action figure that just follows the mold of many that they've done in a number of different themes previously. This one does have an exclusive print for the large new body piece there in the front, the main body armor, and it has some nice little scratches and things on it, which I think end up looking pretty good and have a certain realism to them. I appreciate that. Also, just down below, yeah, there are a lot of little things they did with the prints, I think, that work well and don't look too comical. The head comes to you as all one piece, one assembly. It uses a couple of different colors of plastic in there, but it's all just together. You can't remove this, so you can see down in there it was ultimately molded all up into one single mold. Nothing to remove there, no face to see underneath, but it's on a ball joint, so you can move it around, turn it around, twist it around. It has a good range of motion. The whole figure has a good range of motion set for everything that can be moved, and you can kind of mess around with the alignment of different joints to make them work better. But I think it's enough. It's a proper action figure for just the number of joints that it has. Friction adder up here just to make it a little bit more sturdy and stable, so you can just get it into the pose that you want. Nice range of motion for the knee there, although the backs of the legs are fairly open, but actually doesn't bug me too much. I really like the shape. The more I see it, I like the shape of this newer piece for the middle of 2015 for the front of the leg there. Just adds so much, it's just something very organic about it, and it also covers the bone piece. Even though it literally leaves half of it open, just the way that you see it from most normal angles, I think does a really good job. And this is in the silver color here. This is also an exclusive print for Jango Fett, and you get two of those, one on either leg. Follows again with the theme of the scratches on there, so that works out pretty nicely. You can see that he's got a pair of blasters here. Those are really simple Technic builds, really simple Technic builds, and they designed these to come out of the hands and then to be holstered onto the side. So over here with the brown Technic pieces, they allow you to just attach that like that. You can do that on either side. And then on the back, he's got his jetpack, which, that's a stretch for me. These little outlets out here and sticking out so far, really a stretch with what they've done there in terms of the dimensions and proportions of that. It does have the working rocket on the back. You can actually launch that. It's a flick fire missile piece, but again with the proportions relative to how solid the body is and the size of it, for that to come out, I guess the warhead is okay, but the overall assembly, and especially the shank of the rocket there, get that out, it's a little bit on the small side. He also has his wrist mounted little missile right there. That makes a little bit more sense in terms of its size. I like how it's attached. That's a good idea, but nothing too fancy there. But I do appreciate that they included it. I really like these round pieces because they're just so useful for all sorts of custom stuff, and they did a pretty good job of keeping the shoulders fairly well enclosed. So you get a good range of motion with those pieces without having to rearrange anything, without having to move them around. They have the small armor pieces coming around the back to provide a little bit of extra closure there, and I think it just works. All the pieces work together pretty well for a good general look. It's just a fairly simple figure in terms of its build. Because of how simple the set is, that's pretty much all that I have to say about it. I think that it is effective. There are some things that I don't like so much in terms of the proportions, but the main part of the figure itself I think is good. It serves its purpose as a buildable action figure toy. Not a great collectible thing for sure, but I think it looks pretty decent on display and definitely would be very playable. Of course, this is Lego, so you can also add things to it and customize it to your heart's content. Let me know what you think about this set. Leave your thoughts in a comment down below for other viewers to see. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.